let us see what is empirical and molecular formula. So, empirical formula is a formula which expresses the smallest whole number ratio of the constituent atom within the molecule, whereas the molecular formula is a formula which represents the actual number of each individual atom in any molecule. Okay. So, let me show you this with an example. So, let us take glucose, acetic acid and formaldehyde. All these are molecular formulas. Okay. So, this is a molecular formula for glucose, this is a molecular formula for acetic acid, and this is the molecular formula of the formaldehyde or methanol. So, all these are molecular formulas. Molecular formula. So, molecular formula will give you how many carbon atoms are there here, how many hydrogen, how many oxygen in that particular molecule. The empirical formula will be the simplest whole number ratio. So, for all this, okay, the empirical formula is CH2O. Okay. So, we can see how everything is varying. Okay. So, the empirical formula, the simplest ratio will be CH2O, that is 1:2:1, but these are the molecular formulas. So, to understand the calculation of empirical and molecular formula, it is always better to do a numerical and then understand. So, in this numerical, they have given a compound, okay, which contains carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen, okay, in the ratio 9:1:3.5. So, they have asked you to calculate the empirical formula. They have given the molecular weight or molecular mass, and they have also asked you to calculate the molecular formula. First, what you do is make a table like this, okay. Write down the elements listed in this first column. So, the elements are carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen. In the second column, what you do is write whatever ratio they have given. Sometimes instead of ratio, they might give the percentage. So, whatever it is, just write whatever the data they have given you. So, here they have given you the ratio. So, that is 9:1:3.5. Okay. After that, immediately write the atomic mass of each of the element. Okay. So, carbon we know mass is 12, hydrogen is 1 and nitrogen is 14. Okay. Next one, find the relative number of atom. So, what you do here is divide 2 by 3, that would be easier to understand. So, even if they have given the percentage here, divide this one by this one. Okay. So, here we will get 9/12. So, this would be 1/1 and this would be 3.5/14. So, this would be equal to 0.75, this is 1 and this is 0.25. Okay. So, once you calculate this, you have to find the simplest ratio. Take the smallest value in this column, that is column 4. So, the smallest value is 0.25. Divide everything by the smallest value. Okay. So, here we will get 0.75 divided by 0.25. Here it will be 1 divided by 0.25. Here it is 0.25 divided by 0.25. So, this would be equal to 3, this will be equal to 4 and this will be equal to 1. So, this ratio will give you the empirical formula. So, we have 3 carbon, hydrogen is 4 and nitrogen is 1. So, the empirical formula for this compound is C3H41. Sorry, which is nitrogen. So, this is your empirical formula. Once you calculate the empirical formula, immediately calculate the empirical mass. Okay. So, to calculate the empirical mass. So, how many carbons are there? 3 carbon into 12, mass of carbon is 12 plus how many 4 hydrogen into 1 plus how many nitrogen 1 into 14. So, this would be 54. So, once you calculate the empirical mass, next what you do is they have given the molecular mass already. Okay. So, we have to know this molecular mass. Okay. So, what you do, the next step is the molecular mass divided by empirical mass would give you a factor n. Okay. So, that is equal to, so what is a molecular mass? 108. Empirical mass is 54. So, your n value is 2. Once you know this value, n value, multiply this value into, with the empirical formula, so which every atom, okay. So now we know that n value equal to 2. So, and your empirical formula is C3H4n. So your molecular formula would be equal to, so 2 into the 3, so this will be C6, H4 into 2, H8 and N2. So this is your molecular formula, okay. This is how we calculate. Sometimes what they will do is, instead of giving you the molecular mass, they can give you the vapor density. So, but we need the molecular mass to do the calculation, right? So, in case they give you vapor density, the molecular mass is equal to vapor density into 2 will give you the molecular mass. So, once you know this, you can use here and get the molecular formula.